Hey, what's up YouTube? Jay Ryder here with Ryder Studios. For my first video, I wanted to discuss a little bit about what aperture is and how it affects your exposure. Okay, so aperture. Aperture does two things. Number one, it controls the amount of light that hits the sensor. Number two, it also has an effect on depth of field. Now, depth of field we're going to talk about in a later video. Today we're just going to talk about its overall effect on exposure. So the larger the aperture, the more light that's hitting the sensor. The smaller the aperture, the less light that's hitting the sensor. One of the hardest things for me to learn was that the larger the number, the smaller the aperture. And the smaller the number, the larger the aperture. So I chose this image to kind of display that effect. So I went out a few days ago and I shot a few sample images for you guys. For this next image, I shot this at 1/160th of a second at f5 with ISO 100. And you can see that the light meter here is showing that it should be an overall good image as far as exposure is concerned. And it is. It's pretty decent. Okay, so this next image, all I did was open up the aperture. And according to the light meter at the back of the camera, that's going to be really overexposed. So let's take a look. Yeah, absolutely it is. We've lost all detail in the sky. It's completely blown out. There's almost no detail at all in the face. So what could I have done after opening up the aperture? I could have done a shorter shutter speed, and that'll bring it back down to where it should be. And for this next image, all I did was close the aperture, larger f-stop number. I closed it down to f10, and according to the light meter, this should be underexposed. So let's take a look. And it is. There's almost no detail in the grass now. The trees are underexposed. Well, the whole image is just underexposed. What could I have done to this image? I could have taken the shutter speed and done a longer shutter speed, a longer exposure. And that would have brought it back to where the light meter says it was evenly exposed. And that's it, you guys. Hope you liked my first video. If you did, please hit like. And don't forget to subscribe because I'm going to have some future videos. Also, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them and I'll take a look at them, okay? Thanks. See ya.